Hello, 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 incredible ones. This message is for everybody out there who struggles sometime with having faith. If you've ever been in a situation, whether it's in your business or in your life, when your faith has been tested or challenged, this is for you. So I want to tell you a little story. I've slowly but surely been starting to share some of the things that I've been going on personally. I'm usually online, business all day. But I'm more and more coming to realize through the help of some of my clients, some of my mentors and coaches, and some of my friends that sharing personal stories and things that I'm going through is an important part of the process and the journey. So indulge me. So I'm talking about faith, and the underlying theme of this quick message is you have to see it before you see it so you can experience it. Let me repeat that. You have to see it before you can see it so that you can experience it. So if we're talking about business, there are many of you out there who have desires of multiple six and seven figure businesses, and you don't have them yet. And I would venture to guess the reason you don't have it is because you haven't seen it. See, because if you can't see it up here, then there's no way in the world you're going to see it out there. And that is part of the reason that's tripping you up. It's a big part of the reason why I've shifted my live event, although this isn't about my live event, but I've shifted my live event at Breakthrough in Business to teach the mindset shifts and spiritual alignment principles that every single person needs, that they need to integrate in every orifice of their life, so that they can start to experience and manifest what it is they're truly desiring and craving, right? And so even me in my own life, you have to see it before you can see it so you can experience it. So again, quick story, personal, right? So some of you may know me, actually none of you may know this unless you are my friend, that I got married like 2 years ago, right? So I'm a still newlywed. My husband and we just celebrated our second anniversary. Our relationship is better than ever. It's growing strong, and we're so excited, in fact, that we want to extend our love into starting a family. Now, what you may or may not realize, many of you wished me a happy birthday a few weeks ago. I turned 44 years old a few weeks ago. And as a result of being 44, things are just not as young and spry as they once were. And so we have this desire to start a family. Now, this I have shared previously. Maybe you saw it, maybe you didn't see it. So we were successful in getting pregnant this summer, and we got pregnant, and we ended up having an ectopic pregnancy and a miscarriage as a result of that. And when that happens, it can try your faith. Can I keep it real with you? I hope you don't mind that I'm keeping it real with you. And if you stay with me, there's a lesson for you in this quick message. And so, it happens. It happens to the best of us. Listen, I'm a God girl. I love God all day long. You can just snap your fingers and I could be speaking in tongues. I love him. Everything in me. I mean, I shifted my whole business to make it all about putting God on the forefront. So I love him, right? I have faith. The Bible says you only need the faith the size of a mustard seed in order to be able to say to the mountain, move, and watch the mountain move. But how many of us really in trying times have faith the size of a mustard seed? In my particular case, like, I think intellectually I wanted to have faith, but the reality of the situation is I was listening to all of the incredible snatchers who were trying to tell me, because I'm 44 and whatever, that maybe the jig was up for me, right? But you have to see it before you see it so that you can experience it. And again, I'm telling you my personal story. I want you to apply it to whichever area of your life you need it in, because what I know is that life and business are congruent, right? You cannot have a booming business when you have a busted life. And if a part of your life is on bust, and that just means that it's not in alignment, it's not in congruency, it's not, your connection is off, things aren't right, then it's going to be challenging for you to show up in other areas of your life and perform at the level that you want to show up and perform. So here we are, miscarriage. Believe it or not, I was actually hopeful. I was not believing that the end was there for me, although there were people in my ear trying to tell me that. Okay, I quickly squashed those people, and they are no longer people with whom I am communicating. But whenever you experience when you have a lot of faith and you're excited and you're expectant, and then it doesn't go the way that you want, I think it is just natural to begin to have a doubt, and a downplay in your faith. And so I just want to encourage you that for whatever it is you are desiring, notice I'm saying desire, not wanting, right? Whatever you are desiring vibrates at a level that allows God to show up and help you to manifest much quicker than he will when you are in want, because want denotes lack. Whatever it is you are desiring, you have to see it before you see it so that you can experience it. So in real life, in my scenario, in our scenario, so we had the miscarriage and the ectopic pregnancy and all of that. And we had to wait 3 months before we can try again. Devastated, right? I was at that point still 43. Time is ticking. And so, we didn't necessarily want to wait the 3 months, but it was what we had to do. We're excited. We're ready to go. 3 months have gone by. We can, get back in there and make a whirl at it. And we go and see the doctor, and the doctor says, yeah, this is what I think you should do, instead of just continuing down the path to do it naturally because of what happened the last time. And so we relented. We prayed on it, we discussed it, and we decided that we would follow the advice, because we believe that God uses, doctors just the same as he uses any other man. And so we decided to err on the side of wisdom, and we decided to start the in vitro fertilization process. And so, anything about IVF, that's what they call it for short. It is the process by which stimulation occurs in the ovaries to produce a lot of eggs. The eggs are then fertilized, put together, we're doing genetic testing, all of that kind of stuff. So long story short, because you don't necessarily need all of those specifics, getting back to the point, you have to see it before you see it so you can see it. So as we were starting to undergo this process, we were at the point where we can start, we're at the doctor's. My husband turns to me as we were driving home from the doctor's, and he says, why don't we do what you did when you were looking to manifest me? And what I did quickly was I created the space. I believed the promise that had been made to me that I would be a wife, and I believed wholeheartedly in giving God something to bless. And so I opened up my life and created space for this man, who is now my husband, to come in and to be in life with me. And so he said, well, why don't we do what you did? Why don't we create the space in full acknowledgement of God, and full acknowledgement of who God is, and the promises that he's made to us? Why don't we create the space? Why don't we see it before we see it so we can experience it? And so I just stopped by today just to encourage you. So we have created, it's not finished yet, but we're in the process of doing our nursery for our baby to be, our baby that's not even here right now. But you know what? We see it, and we see it before we see it, so that we will get to experience it. So I just want to stop by today and just to tell you, those of you who are on your grind in entrepreneurship, those of you who are questioning whether or not the time is now and you are the right person, those of you who are having conversations with potential clients and they're not closing, you need to see it before you see it so that you can experience it. The question I want you to ask yourself is, what do you need to do in order to see it in your mind's eye, to be able to close your eyes and get a vivid representation of the thing that you are most desiring and craving to experience in your life? Do that. Sit with it. I'm a journaler. Where's my journal? I love the journal. This is my journal du jour. It says, happiness looks gorgeous on you. And I journal. So I literally write it out. And I start with, I see myself. I see myself. So I want you to see yourself. So I want you to literally get a journal and say, I see myself, and ... See yourself doing whatever. And then I want you to express the feelings that go with what you see. I'm becoming excited. I'm elated. I'm grateful. I'm expectant of what I see. And then I want you to release it so that you can allow it to flow into you. I hope that this quick message about something personal in my life helps you in your business or in your life, wherever you may need it. If you would love more messages like this, I have a place for you to join me online on Facebook. It's called the Six Figure Cash Flow Club. And if you go to sixfigurecashflowclub.com, you will be asked a few questions to join us. Thank you so much for allowing me to share. See it before you see it so that you can experience it. Have a great day. Take care.